Hello and welcome back to One Trainer vs. the World Season 2, where I have returned to Cherry Grove City in order to do some fishing. Because I remembered that I can. Now then, am I getting something awesome? Not really. Well, I mean, okay, it will become something awesome, but it will become something awesome that I had already decided that I wasn't going to use, so... Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that since it's already at level 20, when it evolves, it wouldn't get bite. Do I even want to catch this thing? I think I do, just so that I won't have to deal with it later. Alright then, Magikarp was caught. Your name is going to be Blue Mage. Because I don't even care enough to actually give you a proper name, you will just get a title. That is how little I care about having a Magikarp in this game. Suddenly, a thought occurred to me suddenly. I believe that one needed cut, surf and strength in order to get to the Moonstone in the Ruins of Alp. I now have access to both of those things. I feel like in my current party, Hedwig is the thing that I have the least need for. I mean, yes, I'm coming up on a fighting type gym, but... I feel like Cubey can probably handle the fighting type gym, to be honest. Fighting types often tend to have rock type moves as well. Which, you know, flying types don't do very good against. Not to mention flying types do not, in fact, resist... well, flying types do resist fighting type moves, but Hedwig does not due to being flying normal. Well, I've searched this area as thoroughly as I can, but then I remembered apparently parts of the Ruins of Alps can only be accessed through the Union Cave. So I guess I have to go to the Union Cave then. Ah, here's a dude I didn't fight earlier. And now, even though Cubey is at a type disadvantage, I am going to go by the assumption that Cubey can still one-shot this dude. Indeed. This dude's probably going to be a fair bit stronger, considering how I couldn't reach him before now. Well, so much for that Deathless run, so much for that Nidoking, so much for that I am going to murder the shit out of you, mister! I came in here to get something to evolve that guy, you know! And then you freaking murdered him! Just... You have made a great enemy on this day. Someday in the future you will find your house on fire, and then you shall know what it is you have done. Okay then, so it would appear that the game has actually frozen to the point where I can't save, I can't go anywhere, or... Well, at this point there's no harm in trying to enter another area, but... And that caused everything to freeze completely. I'm all the way back here now? Seriously? Well, in the interest of fairness, even though that strictly speaking retconned the death of Kiritsugu, I feel like using him again would be cheating, so... Sorry, Kiritsugu. Even though you are technically still alive, and you are awesome, I like you quite a bit, I'm afraid I'm going to have to release you now! I hate this so freaking much. Now, what else do I put in here? Also, that also means that I no longer caught the Magikarp, but... I feel like on-screen catches should be preserved, so now I feel like I have a duty to go and catch another Magikarp. And it has to be a Magikarp, because catching anything else would be cheating. That's the way I see it, at least. Though I suppose this does leave space for that potentially very versatile coughing with a very awesome ability, so it's not all bad, just mostly bad. There, order in the universe has been restored. It's even the same level, so wonderful. Although now it occurs to me, I have in fact locked myself out of getting the shiny Gyarados. Like, by my own rules, I'm not allowed to catch it now. This is just the episode where everything goes wrong for me. Does the blue mage at least have a good nature? Pretty good, actually. So, again, it's not all bad, just mostly bad. Although it also occurs to me, given what I'm coming up on, maybe Matchup would be more useful than Coughing. Berserker, I mean, obviously. His name isn't Matchup, he has a name, you know. And then suddenly everything is going completely off the rails! I was doing perfectly until this episode, and now I've lost two things in the span of less than 10 minutes. Well, now I definitely need to keep Tristan on my team at least. Because now I'm going to need a fighting type. Not that I actually had a fighting type before, but I had other things that could potentially deal with the steel type gym. And now I'm going to have to rely on Tristan. Well, and Dudley, but Dudley can't really handle that Steelix with its steel type moves. Of course, I'm talking about the fighting type gym as if it's coming off soon. It's actually going to be the 7th gym I face, but anyways. Berserker. I wish I could have gotten to know you more, but unfortunately, you fell victim to the worst day ever. Goodbye. Well, now the coughing certainly can be put on the team. Gideon, I mean. Oh, would you look at that? It's a tentacle. How unexpected, and shocking, and bizarre. Laxus, go paralyze it, so that I can then throw a netball at it, and thereafter forget it. Forever. Completely. You didn't even need to use a Thunder Wave at it. Can you tell that the loss of my perfect streak has bothered me somewhat? Because it did. I am not very happy right now, even though I caught a new Pokémon. His name shall be Tim, after Tim the Enchanter. I don't even care. Okay, so I kind of needed a timeout after that, it turned out. I just could not focus on the game at all. So, now coming back the day after. What a pathetic harvest of these berries. Oh well, at least I have some stuff now. And of course, then I went and looked up how I could get a water stone for Tristan here, and found that apparently there is a trainer on Route 42 who might give me one after rematches. So, with that in mind, I need to go over to Route 42 and fight that person. And not catch any Pokemon there, because I looked up what was actually available and found that it's pretty much just garbage. The best bet I really have is using Headbutt, and at the moment I don't have Headbutt. Although, come to think of it, I know where I can get it, so that's also a thing I could do, I suppose. Also, why am I running? I keep forgetting that I have the bicycle. Also, since I was just saying that the catchable Pokemon there are garbage, I am going to buy some repels. Wait, what? God damn it! Well, I guess I'm getting a Goldeen then. I did not expect the wild Pokemon here to be quite this strong. Well, that repel was a waste of time. Then again, there are cities where I can use Headbutt to get a Heracross, so no big deal, I suppose. Okay, you might find the logic behind this name a bit mean, but I am going to call her Matilda, after the main character from the Roald Dahl book, who is a daughter that the parents clearly didn't care for, much like how this Goldeen is a Pokemon that I didn't want. In before I later end up having to use Matilda and she turns out to be super amazingly good. I doubt that's going to happen though. Also, of course Matilda counts as a magic character. I mean, she has freaking ESP, for goodness sakes. Or something like that at least. Now, is this the dude whose phone number I will be wanting? I think so. This thing is likely to have the ability Poison Touch, but I think I'll try to use Double Slap at least once just to see how much it does. It does basically nothing. Okay, Tristan, you are getting out of there. And I'm also pretty sure that Quillfish, that is such a weird spelling by the way, is part poison type, and so Cubey won't be super effective against it, so... Laxus! Okay, this guy is indeed the one that I want the phone number of. And then I should check when I can actually rematch this person. Wouldn't it be awesome if it turned out that I can in fact rematch him right now? But I doubt it. Okay, this guy can be rematched on Sundays. So, okay then. Oh hi Ethan, do you have anything fascinating to tell me? Why do you even exist? Although, I should also check, like, what can I actually rematch now? I mean, I do need some levels. So... It says I should be able to rematch a certain school kid Alan on Route 36, but... I do not recall having encountered a school kid Alan on Route 36. He certainly isn't in my Pokegear. Ah, I suppose this is the mysterious school kid Alan whom I can rematch right now. Except I can't, because I haven't fought him once yet. Yes, you may have my phone number. And then I am going to try and immediately call you, and see if I can fight you again. Though looking at the levels of the rematches, I'm going to assume I probably can't. Indeed I can't. That is lame. Also, the game has crashed. Excuse me, mister, are you slamming your head against a tree? That seems like a silly thing to do. You should stop doing that. Now then. Which of my Pokemon can slam their heads against a tree? It's not saying anything, so I'm going to assume all of them. I mean, I said before that I felt Rock Polish could be useful at some point, but... I've used it a grand total of 1 time. I don't actually think I will use it anymore after that anyway, so... Now then, with that out of the way, I should go slam my head into some trees. Now, will I get... I did not get something cool as a result. Now, will I get something cool as a result? Come on, all I want is something cool as a result. Well, fine then. I'll try a different tree instead. Ah, here we're getting something. An A-bomb. At level 6. A good old-fashioned case of a Pokemon that I can't even injure. Except I can use poison powder, which would slowly injure it. I wonder, would it be too lazy of me to just call this A-bomb Monkey? After the monkey from Kubo and the 2 Strings, who was just called Monkey? She is indeed named after the monkey from Kubo and the 2 Strings, including the incorrect gender pronoun. Now then, during my tragic and retconned previous excursion into this cave, I actually came across a certain TM that I would want to have. So I'm going back here now to once again pick up that TM and beat up this guy whom I never beat up before. And what do you know, something that Gideon can actually fight just fine on his own. Probably. I mean, unless this Vulpix turns out to be freakishly insanely overstrong, you douchebag! I wanted Gideon to get all the experience! But now Gideon won't get all the experience, so you should die in a powerful earthquake! Douchebag. Rock Tomb! Is this better than Rock Throw? For the love of F, why do all these rock moves have such terrible accuracy? And I'm not even going to continue further that direction, because then I'll just run into a Geodude who'll explode in my face. Well, I mean, Tristan has the damp ability, which would actually neutralize that, but still. What a strange person. He was speaking as though he came right out of Vietnamese Crystal or something. Well, except his grammar made too much sense. So, actually he didn't really sound like he came out of Vietnamese Crystal. He just sounded really loud. Yo Gideon, I am going to get you some new moves right now. After I have fixed this game glitch. The thought has occurred to me that Gideon actually has the potential to be amazing. Because if I'm not entirely mistaken, his levitate ability means that his only weakness is psychic types. So, as long as he can avoid psychic types, there's really nothing for him to worry about at all, ever. Can I just stop for a second to point out how incredibly convenient this particular game board is? 0 coins, 5 Volt Orbs. 0 coins, 5 Volt... just... This entire line is nothing but Volt Orbs. This entire line is nothing but Volt Orbs. 0 coins, 5 Volt Orbs. On both. Meaning that I knew with absolute certainty that all of these spots would be safe. There was absolutely no chance of me getting any danger in any of them. Then again, I'm still cheating at this game, so whatever. Okay, and with that, I think I have quite enough coins. And I also think that the game has crashed ever so slightly. Now then, I want some TMs. No, not that one. I want that one. Sword Dance might also be nice to have, come to think of it, but... maybe another time. Now, Gideon, get both a really powerful flame move and a really powerful electric move. Norbert can learn Flamethrower? That is cool. But for the time being, I will just focus on Gideon. Even though from what I can tell, like, TM moves are pretty much the only types of moves that Norbert can actually use with any degree of efficiency. Now, I also have that Shadow Ball TM. I think that's probably better saved for Norbert. Though, maybe I should just hold on to the Shadow Ball for now. I think I shall. Vega has suffered a terrible loss and her flawless streak has been broken. Will the challenges to come claim even more of her friends' lives? Find out next time.